Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's day 34, and I would like to begin by saying, as the war hits a stalemate, we need to watch out for what will happen in Odesa. The battle for Odesa will determine the war for Ukraine. The Republic Media Network's reporters in the city of Odesa by the Black Sea are reporting tonight that the city, fortified by Ukrainian forces, have seen the Russians unable to make the final breakthrough. So the Russians are just about 45 miles away. They're not able to push immediately hard. Maybe they don't want to, maybe they are timing it. In fact, from the very place where Shravan and Mridul were broadcasting live this morning in Odesa, this very morning from that very place, the Russians launched a series of KALIBR missiles targeting MYKOLAIV. Viewers, my team traveled over 800 kilometers overnight to reach the war zone in Odesa. Our crew's 4 team members have moved from Kiev to the epicenter of the war. They have moved from Lviv Oblast to Odesa as well. And the reason we are covering so much ground across the entire length and breadth of the war zone, is because we want to get you the absolutely authentic information about the status of the war. And viewers, before I go into detail, let me share something with you. As of now, you can't trust the media on this side or that. You can't trust the American media. You can't trust the British media. You cannot trust the Russian media. You cannot trust the Chinese media. The only neutral global media with such a massive presence on the ground is your network, the Republic Media Network. And what are our reporters telling us? On the ground, our reporters are telling us that this war, at least in large parts, has hit some kind of a stalemate. In places where the Russians have made advances, the Russians are about 30 to 45 miles away from the big breakthroughs. This is not accidental in my view. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, the Russians have marked their position 30 to 45 kilometers away from big breakthroughs over cities, locations, places of strategic importance, because they are timing it for the final assault. And why is Odesa important? Odesa is important because if the Russians move 45 miles ahead and take Odesa, then the Russians will be cutting off Ukraine from the Black Sea. This is disaster for Zelensky. Ukraine's entire economic corridor will be cut off. 65% of Ukraine's imports and exports are coming from or via Odesa, which is also the naval headquarters of Ukraine. So if the Russians get Odesa, everything changes. Which is why our team is telling us from Odesa that the battle for Ukraine, the war for Ukraine, may end with the battle for Odesa. Now, link this to the timings. Putin is timing the negotiations to this. And my hunch is that Putin will really get talking after the Russians take Odesa. Which means that Zelensky and the West do not have too long to negotiate, which means the Russians have the upper hand. And that's why Russia is saying very clearly tonight, our focus is on the eastern side and the southern side. The idea is to break Ukraine into 2 parts and to redraw the map. So, broad analysis from me tonight, that whether you like it or not, Putin is really close to doing that. He has the edge. The West won't like it. He has a clear edge. And that's why he's saying, as I will pick up on debate number 1, he's saying,